Hello, I'm Otto, and welcome to episode 11 of my Factorio 2.0 guide. So this is part 2 of 4 for building our mall. So we're going to remove this. In the last episode, we created this and set up our steel smelting. So in this episode, there is something that we probably should have done earlier, but we're going to do that in this episode real quick. Hopefully this one does not get too long, but let's copy the next section here. We're going to place this here so we can use it as a guide. So I think I'm going to do this in 2 parts. So we do need to expand our iron and copper. So I think for now we're just going to do 1 iron, and in the next video we will do the copper. So and because of that, it seems like maybe we didn't get enough smelters, but you know what, that's okay. Even if we don't have enough, which we are clearly not going to have enough, I'm going to need another 48, so that would have been 30 something. Sure. Let's just see what we end up with. All right, power. Okay, so in this episode we are doing part 2 of the mall, and again, if you feel like I'm going too fast, please leave a comment. Ask any questions you want. Another thing that we're going to see in this episode is something that we are leaving room for whenever it comes to the expansion and for the DLC. And a large reason for, and there's going to be some weird things, and I promise it'll all make sense in the end if you do have the DLC. I'm not playing with the DLC turned on. This is like actually like I disabled my DLC for this. We need some more inserters. I knew we were gonna be close. No. Okay, coal, let's get this and we will go resupply. What was I saying? Yeah, so if you have the DLC, there will be a couple of buildings in this build that we're not going to do anything with, but I will let you know what they are. We're definitely going to need some belts. Do we need more splitters? Sure. We'll just fill that to 50. Grab another stack of this one. We need yellow inserters. We'll just... I don't think we need all of them. Let's take 150. We will need some more blue inserters. Let's get up to 150. Grab some more of these. We're definitely going to need some more of these, maybe. I'm going to have like a stack and a half. Okay, is there anything else? I don't think so. Power poles seem fine. We'll just top them off. We'll just top a bunch of stuff off. Lights are fine. Long hand inserters, sure. Top that guy off too. We can get rid of some of our things here. Just dump those in. Dump this into the copper. And that should be good. So it looks like we have 58 stone furnaces now, and we will very quickly be upgrading those to steel just as fast as we can in the upcoming episodes. And all right, let's finish this. I guess we can move the lights. Some of them don't even have lights, so whatever. Let's just kind of try to keep them lined up here and here. Again, largely not necessary, but you know, why not? Okay, now that we have extended this and we've actually already set up all of the splitters, so this will just go right down the line to where we are. Awesome. And then in the next episode we will do the copper, so we're gonna need more copper, I promise. That is gonna be in this episode. Sorry, we're gonna end up needing more in this episode, but we will not fill it out until next episode. 500 builds. All right, we'll just leave it at this for now. Okay, so we know that we're gonna start 3 spaces out, and similar to this, needing all gears, we're gonna need copper wire on the one side and gears on the other. So what that'll mean is that our central location here will have one side copper and one side gears. I've seen some other people do some funky stuff where they try to like get the copper on both sides of the one on the left. It's, you know what, it's really not necessary, because the only stuff that's using the copper wire really, we have the power poles here, and the substation here. The accumulators, sorry, the first 3 accumulators all need them. This one does not. What else is there? The lights and these guys here. Now, I am including, this is the power switch, the display panel, and the programmable speaker. I personally largely don't use them. And then beacons need wire. I largely don't use these, but I'm including them anyways because, you know, even if I don't use something, that doesn't mean you won't use them. Power switches are like, if you're, you know, constantly running into problems with power, you can set up power switches to kind of work your kind of make it easier for power management. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so moving along, every single build when we start it, we're going to put our kind of parameters, like where we're going to be building. So we're just going to align that straight up and down here. We know that this one is going to be bigger because there's quite a bit more assemblers, so we can just push that down a little. And let's see, so we do not need 2 of these. So this is more or less what we're working with. So on the belt on this side, we're going to have copper and steel sharing a belt. We will have one dedicated to purely iron and another one for your circuits. So that's kind of the general idea here. So this, okay, before we do that, we need to, let's just copy, and we're going to rotate to make sure that we have the right spacing. We're going to do power poles in front of each of them, just like we did with the build to my left. We're going to copy the, okay, no, how many do we need? We need 13. This is 3, 5. We're going to copy all of this and do 5, 9, and that should be it there. 13. Check and make sure. We have 13. Perfect. Okay, so if we take a look over here, I suppose I can just do exactly what I did last time. I'm just gonna squeeze this in a little bit closer, and I'm just gonna shift right click, shift left click, and just copy each of the ones over. This is a little bit of a cheaty way to do it, but you know, sometimes we're in a hurry and need to get stuff done. Where was I? Here. And I'm also going to explain why some of these are set up like this. And we're going to talk a little bit about maybe some of the space. No, not spacing. Okay, we'll explain a couple of things. So the first thing that I would like to First thing that I would like to explain is what are these empty ones? So obviously if I had something set here, it would just show it crossed out because I built all of these in a later version of the game, but you can also build them in sandbox mode. So these two here and this one here are 4 items that are only in the DLC. So this one is following the theme of, we have 3 of our modules, which we kind of briefly went over earlier. This is a productivity module, efficiency module, and speed module. There's a 4th module in the DLC called quality module, and that increases quality on basically in almost anything in the game. Almost anything in the game can have better quality. So if you had the DLC, this is where the quality module would go. And since we're following the theme of, we have copper coming in here, this is going to be copper and steel. It's going to be iron plates on the inside and green circuits and red circuits on the outside. Let me go to map. Oh, we can't see it in map view. I need to put those radars down. I made a couple of them, so let's just toss one here. That's still not going to give us visual enough. Anyways, so if really I can see it from here, but I can't map see it from here. So this is the theme that we're following. Where's the other? Wait a minute. Okay, we'll just walk over here and look at it. So this mostly follows the theme of a lot of things that need copper are in this build. There are some exceptions where things in this build need copper, like this guy over here needs a bunch of copper. You can see the nuclear reactor needs 500 copper. These all need copper down here, and these are the only things on this side that actually need copper. None of these other ones need copper. This one is largely copper wire, so we could technically, if there was a way to do it, we could stop the copper from going past here and we would be perfectly fine. Nothing requires copper, it only requires copper wire. So this would be something called a space platform, which is something you make in the DLC. And there's, I forget what the item is, but there's an item that requires the space platform as an ingredient, and this would be that option. So that's what these two are saved for. Similarly, we'll just go through a couple of them for the DLC. So similarly, over here we have a bunch of it was rough getting all of this stuff themed out. Trains stuff is all together, production stuff, and like smelting and power and pumps and offshore pump and regular pump. Anyways. 3 different items needed the engine, this one, and this one. Like it was nuts trying to get all this put together. So these two, one of these is elevated rails and one of them is the ramp. And these had to be here because of the requirements for rails. Whichever one required rails needed to go here, so that's matching there. And then this one would just be whatever was crafted on its own. And as you can see with this one, this isn't so much of a mall, but it is definitely something that's necessary for us. The reason why is we have cargo landing pad, which is new to Factorio 2.0. Before, the cargo landing pad was the rocket silo, so you'd send a rocket up with a satellite and it would give you something back, so you had to have inputs and outputs from the rocket silo. But now we have a cargo landing pad, and this is pretty important for the DLC. You need one per planet that you go to. So these needed concrete, and some of the items here, I don't remember. I don't think they needed concrete necessarily. Maybe they did. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a couple of months, maybe a month and a half since I've played the DLC. But there are a lot of different things that will be placed here, things that are crafted for the DLC, and that utilize some of these ingredients. These are not entirely set up right, so we're gonna... Sorry, this should be a problem for a future episode, but we're going to... This is gonna be stone brick. The concrete is largely on its own. The pipes are on their own. This would be iron. Oh, what do we just get? Trigger an alien attacked by pollution. That's bad. Oh no. Here they come. I can see them on the map. Oh no 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 no. Oh my goodness. That just happened. Oh wow. Oh, I did. You know what? I haven't made any armor. I would have been fine if I had the armor. Oh no. Okay, well we need to obviously take care of that immediately, because this is about to be a huge problem. I gotta get back to my body. They're gonna chew on some stuff. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that just happened. It is extremely rare for me to die. I think this is the first time in... I can't remember the last time I died to biters. I should have waited until they started attacking. Anyways, that's gonna set us back a little bit. So we need to get to our body, which is all the way over here. I do not have enough ammo on me to kill them. Oh, maybe I do. Wow, this gun sucks. Oh my gosh. Are we even gonna make it? Oof. That was close. Alright, we're gonna go take care of these biters, because, yeah, we don't want to have to deal with these problems. Again, this is why I try to stay proactive, so you can see the pollution is spread down to these guys. They are actually gearing up to attack again. Really? Or maybe that's just the last. No, nope, they are gearing up to attack again. Alright, we're gonna grab our corpse. We do not need this gun, so let's get this off. Alright, let's drop some turrets. Work our way into these. That's embarrassing. I've never... It's been so long since I've died to a biter. Okay. Yeah, now that that's taken care of, let's get back to what we were doing. We'll probably take the biters on the other side too. So let's just make sure that that's not going to happen again. That is so embarrassing. Alright, I'm going to check this area. Deconstruction planner real quick. We have 3 of those out. Holy. Looks like they're all 3 right in here. 1, 2, and 3. Back out and check again. Okay. Let's go take care of these. That's what I get for not making any armor. Like, honestly, I just need some steel and I can have a much better armor. Sweet. Say hello to my little friends. Oh, I missed one. Alright, I can see there's ammo in there. I know I dropped some on the first round. Ah, don't stand in the crap. Alright. Instruction planner. See if we missed any. We got them all. Okay, is there any more relevant? This one will be up next. Alright. Moving along. Ah! Oh my gosh. Alright. We're 20 minutes in and we haven't even started this. Okay. Okay, we have started this. Oh wow. I am so off today. What is going on? Alright, so let's get this going. We need to place all of the stuff. We need to replace this, obviously. Inserter. All the stuff they were chewing on. Is that it? No more destruction. Copy paste. We good? We're good. Alright, let's do this. We're just gonna place down all the buildings. Let's get the power poles first. Okay, so if I remember right, there is kind of a specific way that some of the belts have to insert in. Like a lot of times you can just kind of alternate back and forth. I think this one might have had a very particular way, but I mean, I've set this up like this maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times, and I still can't really remember what it was, like the way that I did it. So let's place these carefully. Easier when you're going up because you can just roll that right into it. But we will just do better at aiming. No! Just had to say it right when that happened, didn't I? Uh-oh, what did we miss? Lights. Oops. Copy, paste, and everything else was fine. Yes, everything else is fine. Okay, let's see, we want to mark these, so we're gonna copy that, paste it there, copy this, paste, and copy this and paste, which means that we are coming in like this. And we're largely leaving this section open if possible. Like if we do ever drop concrete, be able to move back and forth a lot faster, this is where it's going to happen. Any weird belt shenanigans, or like, you know, if for some reason that you had to like bring something else through that you just don't have room for up here, like we just want to leave this space open. That's why we recess this back. We could craft it like really literally right up against these belts, but we're not going to do that. We need the central section. You know what I should do? I should just copy this and then paste it, and that should allow me to just run through. Yup. Sweet. That'll make this just a slight bit faster. Okay. So for the top section, we're gonna have, all right, so iron is coming through here. We need to have a branch of iron off here. Now obviously these will not be as fast as if they were in the other section where we had whatchamacallit, the gears over here. Like they will not be pulling off the belt in the same way. I mean, I could just drag this. I could drag this farther, actually. You know what? Let's just do it. Why not? So then these can all get the same amount that these are getting. Anyways, moving forward. Let's see. So at some point, right in here, we need this to come through to here. So this can get green circuits, so that's what this is. This one is going to get its red and green circuits from here. Same for the quality, if we had quality, and this one also needs green circuits. Okay. So what else do they need? They need wire, so the wire is going to come here. All right, we did not set this up, so wire is going to drop in like that. Oh geez, 25 minutes. All right, might be a little bit longer of an episode thanks to our biter buddies. So this guy's got to get iron at some point too, so let's drop an iron here so he can have access there. This one didn't need anything. Nobody else needed iron? No. What else did this need? Copper. Wire. Sorry. So this one has that. These, he needs to go have, wow. He needs, a long inserter to have one going here and one going here. These also need copper wire. And what else? They need steel. So if it's the only item, similar to what we did here, if it's the only item in this section that needs something off of a belt, we're just gonna, and it's right next to the belt, we're just going to let it insert off that belt. But if it had, like if this had branched in this way, like if these needed steel, like this one does, then we would have this inserter moved into this location. And that's just kind of a general rule of thumb that I typically use. Okay, so where were we? This guy needed wire and steel and sticks, so he's good. This one needed wire and green and green circuits, so that's gonna have to, that was too far. So there. This one needs red circuits, and this one needs this. So this is a new item for us. I generally don't use this, but you know what? We're gonna have an option for it, so we'll figure that out in a second. We'll get back to why I did that. Okay, so we have green circuits, we have wire. This one needs green and red from there, and same thing here, green and red from here. This one is going to output here, and I'll, again, once we get there, I'll explain why. This one is good. The substation needs steel, wire, and red circuits. Red circuits, yeah, so we'll just have this come all the way through to the substation, and what's next? So this guy needs steel. So how are we going to manage that? So we're just going this. Why do I feel like this was wrong? Hold on. I need to check something. Oh, sorry. This is one up. I have a picture of this because I've only made it like 4 times after I developed it, and it's so hard to keep track of these belts because if you don't line these belts up properly, then you will have problems. Okay, so this was steel. Whoops, that was not the one that needed steel. This guy's steel. This guy needs gears, so he'll get it from both sides if necessary. And I think we need, feel like we need this. Yes. He's gonna get his fine. He doesn't need that. Alright, green circuits are coming in here. Gears. Alright, this guy's good. Let's see. Green circuits. We need gears, and we need copper. Iron plates. Now he's the only one in here that needs iron plates, so he can take right off the bus. Let's see. These guys are gonna need green and red circuits, so these will come all the way down. Boom, boom, boom. So these guys are needed for this. The 4 of these will come down and meet on this belt to go into here, and they will not be enough to produce this at speed. So there's that. Also, we need a place to eventually put his overstock, or his stuffs. Let's see. So they all need in, and they need out. Sure, whatever. So that was the red and green circuits coming down this way. Alright, so this is steel chest just needs steel. This is the only thing in this area that needs steel. But all of these need a steel chest, so we are going to give this guy some steel. How many do we need per second? 12. Let's give this guy 2. That's a lot of steel per second. And then he's going to output onto a belt that all of these will feed off of. Like that. And they all also need red and green circuits. Which means that we need another one of those here. All the way down and in. And then we will get the chest for those guys shortly. So lights. Get green circuits from there, wire from the inside, and copper. Or sorry, iron. And it looks like all these need iron, so where did our iron? Wait a minute, did I mess something up? The sticks, no. Okay, this is our iron. Coming down this side. I think this might be the last time we need iron. Yes, so none of these need iron, so this can just tuck right in, as that is the last one. Yes, and yes, and this one also a yes, and sticks. The sticks are just for the programmable speaker, so let's go back, make sure that we have everything. This guy needs copper wire. One has the plates coming from here, and they need these, so all of these need a green circuit. I'm sure we're gonna miss something too, so not really that big of a deal. So this is the last one here. For the red and green circuits, this one needed red circuits. Roboport. This one needed red and green. This one needed green circuits. Doesn't need anything. So this guy needs. Okay, so we've got iron plates. We've got green circuits. We need wire, and we need sticks. So we have the sticks over here. Okay, so this row is good. We need copper wire. We need green and red circuits, and we need steel. This one needed steel too. Alright. So this is the tail end of this. That. Okay. This one needed... Oh, and gears. Awesome. Now we just need to fill it all in. And set up some storage and some constraints for the storage. Alright, so let's go through and say what kind of storage we need. Again, the left side is going up. The others are going to their left, if possible. And if there's something in the way, we can just offset it. That's perfectly fine. There, and this one is not going to have a chest. We are going to collect these, but not from there. We're going to collect them from here, from this chest, or from this this guy here. This one's going to be there. These are going to have their own, but they're going to do that little transfer thing, so we will be limiting them. Maybe we should do this as we go, so we don't get too distracted, too lost. So we'll just do one row at a time. Okay, so we're gonna connect these with red wire. Red wire. So this one is gonna be enable if Medium electric poles are less than, let's go with 150 for now. Combinators, so again, unless you have the DLC and you plan on moving these to other planets, if you just have the base game and you're following what I'm doing, all of the combinators we're going to enable if this one, constant combinator, is less than 10. We only need about 10 at a time. Stack size is 50, which is massive for these guys. The modules, these will all also be the same thing. We're going to enable if productivity module is less than 50, which is a stack size. All of the combinators, and with this one, arithmetic combinator, we're going to enable if arithmetic combinator is less than 10. Again, if you were in the DLC, you would probably do 50. This is a quality module. This would be a enable if quality module is less than 50. Big power pole. So this one's a little sticky because the city block that I made needs 20 power poles for the whole city block. And technically I could remove the corners, so, and I might end up doing that, like because it looks a little funky. Where can I find a junction that I can see? Oh my gosh. Yeah, none of them, I guess. Anyways, where the different where they meet, you can kind of see in this area here. There's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, but then you have like this massive gap in between these, and like they're just cluttered. So you could technically remove the one on the corner, which is this one here, and it would be 16. The city block blueprint that most people use, or that I've seen most people use, was made before the DLC came out, or in 2.0. And in 2.0, they actually increased the length of the power towers, specifically the big power poles. So that just kind of made me go, I wonder if we can make this work now, and it works. So there's that. Anyways, the one that I use uses 20. The one that I could use if I cut the corners out would be 16. I believe the one that most people use has 30, I think it's like 36 big power poles, or 32. It's just some enormous amount. So I have used that setup in the past. I designed one that ended up being exactly like the same thing that everybody else used. Anyways, so I used to have this set really high because I would put like loads and loads of... whenever I tried to mega base, I largely did solar power. And whenever I would have these like massive city blocks of solar arrays, which we will be designing in the future, if you saw my episode 0.5, you probably accidentally saw a glimpse of what we're going to be making. Whenever I was making a mega base, I honestly probably could have needed like hundreds and hundreds of the power towers at a time. Just because every time I kind of thought about power, I would just stamp down a ton of the blueprint. And yeah, anyways, so we're gonna put this at 100. I think I used to have it somewhere around like 150. They don't take forever to craft. It's a 0.5 second craft. It just takes a while to collect the materials. So I mean, I guess we could do 150. Anyways, moving along, combinators, enable if decider combinator is less than 10, and enable if efficiency module is less than 50, because that is a stack size. The substation, kind of similar, like the substation. Oops. We're gonna need a bunch, but not a terrible bunch. Enable if substation is less than, we could do 150, but I want to make sure that we have at least 100. For this one, enable if selector combinator is less than 10. Again, I don't have a lot of uses for these. There's more uses for them in the DLC. They're here, they're available, so whatever you want to make them, then let's, go right ahead. So when we need these, we need a lot. So I'm gonna enable if assembling machine 3 is less than 200, especially right after you actually learn this, as long as it can be making, like crafting all the time, because these modules do not craft fast enough to make this craft every 0.5 seconds. It's not even close. You can see that you need 6 per second, and that's with the rank 2 assembling machines, and these create one every 0.05 seconds, so it's nowhere near the speed that you need. As a matter of fact, once you start getting speed modules, the best place to put speed modules initially is speed modules. Yeah, the next best place to put speed modules is oil, and we will get to that. So I like to have a nice little bank on these, so 200 is fine. These all craft at the same speed, and they're not like terrible restrictions, so we can just leave this one at like 50. And I'm gonna leave this one at 10. Enable if assembling machine 1 is less than 10. Boom. Blue module, speed module, enable if speed module is less than 50. We're again just going to be making 50 at a time. Steel chest. So steel chest is one of those funny things because you need a lot of them to place in these blueprints, but then once you craft, once you replace all of them with logistics chests, then you pretty much don't need that many anymore. You just need them for trains, so it is nice to have some on you. So we're going to enable if steel chest. We're just going to do 50 because we will eventually get more back. This. So every single one of these, we're just going to limit to 50. So enable if storage chest is less than 50. This one, enable if passive provider chest is less than 50, and I'll explain what these are once we open them up. Like once we open them up, then I can kind of show you more stuff. Enable if requester chest is less than 50. Enable if active provider chest is less than 50, and the most useless one, enable if buffer chest is less than 50. We're almost through. I know this is a bit of a longer episode. I'm aiming for like, let's say 20 to 45 minutes. This one's gonna be closer to an hour, I think. Thanks to the biters. Oh, you biters. Enable if lights are less than 50. We, when we need them, we need them, but when we need them, we only need 50. And since I don't really use these, I'm gonna have some crafted, like, you never know, just in case. So I'm gonna set these to 5. This one, enable if display is less than 5. I actually set that, yes. This one, enable if programmable speaker is less than 5. Beacons and roboports are kind of special too. So roboports, similarly to the big power poles, you kind of need them, need a bunch when you need them at all. These stack to 20 and these stack to 10. So with the beacons, let's just say we're gonna go with 60, and this might seem like a lot, but it isn't, and it is. And roboports, I don't know if I want to say 100 yet, but let's go with 60 of that too. Okay, that, I believe, wraps it up for this video. Oh, we didn't connect them. I knew there was something we were gonna forget to do. Let's connect these first. And we know the drill. We've seen this. Whoops. Copy that, paste here. That goes in there. So we need to mix in copper and steel. So the best way to do that is for one to have a steel line, which would be nice. Let's go grab that. So we need steel to come down. So in an ideal world, you would do a lot of the belt mixing down here. You would have a full belt come down of each, join them together, and then they would just go. But in practice, I find that doing this is both dangerous and the way. So similar to what I did here, I left room for this to be a red belt. I'm gonna have steel come in like this. I did not want to do... Alright. My bad. So steel is just gonna bring its booty down this way. And then it will continue on here. I'm not going to force this in because even if this is separating half, half is exactly enough to fill up one side of the belt. And there we go. And we need green circuits. I will do the exact same thing that I did in over here. We're going to have this here and a belt there and there. And there we go. Occasionally take a look at your power. We're fine. Okay, so that's going to be it for this episode. In the next episode, let's just go ahead and prep a little bit. We're going to remove the section that we've already done. We're going to copy this section, which mind you is the same size. We're going to need 13 assemblers. And we're going to put that one right somewhere in a central location here. And that'll be it for now. And okay, in the next episode, let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. In the next episode, we will be starting out placing expanding the copper, because this guy's gonna suck more of the copper out, so we definitely need copper. So we will be doing that in the next episode. And what else? I believe that's it. So we'll do the copper in the next episode. We're gonna need stone brick too, I believe. So if you can see over here, we're gonna need a lot of this stuff in stone brick. We're gonna need the copper and the steel again. We're gonna need iron plates and the circuits. Okay, so we will do that in the next episode. All right, so that's it for now. I know this was a bit of a longer episode. That's okay. I promise there's going to be more to come. Just wait until we get to trains. Once we get to trains, there's so much to explain. Those are going to be quite long episodes. Okay, so that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.